Good afternoon, everyone. I would like to thank AIOS for giving me this opportunity. So first of all, the topic given it to me is I would treat all OHT versus I would not treat every OHT. So coming to the definition of OHT, intraocular pressure higher than 21 millimeter mercury with normal optic nerve and normal visual field. So the main reason why I would like to treat all OHT is OHT itself is a huge risk factor for POAG. And one of the main studies which has given us the guidelines for treatment is OHTS. It has shown that ocular hypotensive medication is effective in delaying or preventing the onset of POAG in individuals with OHT. And the results of OHTS has shown that among participants who has taken treatment, 60% reduction in the development of POAG. And at the end of 5 years of OHTS study, the development of POAG was 4.4% in the medication group and 9.5% in the observation group. I would also quote another study that is quantifying the effect of IOP reduction on the occurrence of glaucoma. This was a study where meta-analysis of 9 ocular hypertension and 1 POAG was identified. And the results have shown that among the results compared of 9 ocular hypertension trials, it gave a pooled relative risk of 0.61 with 95% of confidence interval. A meta-regression based on the outcome of 9 ocular hypertension studies has shown the decrease of the relative risk of glaucoma conversion by 14% with each of extra IOP reduction. So one more important point I would like to say is diurnal variation test. Most of the recommended guidelines for OHT treatment has been categorized into low risk, medium risk and high risk. But in our practice, most of us will perform only 1 or 2 random readings and we'll start the treatment for them. And most of us fail to perform DVT as a routine. So another point which I would like to say is poor glaucoma follow-ups. Whenever we see in our practice, when the eye pressure is high and we ask the patient to come for repeat IOP checkup, they fail to come for follow-ups and basic investigations cannot be performed. Some can't afford, and some of them believe that they don't have any eye problems and they don't have any noticeable visual changes. Another factor is cost. Earlier, anti-glaucoma medications were very expensive and they could not afford and they were not using for longer durations. But now many Indian companies have started producing at an affordable price. So I feel cost is no longer an issue in treating OHT like before. And last but not the least, ocular hypertension when left untreated can lead to retinal vein occlusions, which can in turn cause secondary glaucomas, which leads to sight-threatening neovascular glaucomas. And as in OHTS study, there is an observation that at 10-year cumulative incidence of retinal vein occlusion was 2.1% in the observation group and 1.4% in the medication group. So I would like to conclude based on several studies and my own experience that ocular hypertension therapy reduces the risk of conversion to glaucoma. The risk reduction is with greater IOP reduction. Hence, I would treat all OHT patients. Thank you.